Basically, the Sundarbans is the world's single largest mangrove forest in the world. It's also the UNESCO declared natural world heritage site, as well as it is the Ramsar wetland sites. And this is the heart of the Bangladesh, not only the Bangladesh, but also all over the world, because there are huge biodiversity also there. There are almost the 334 mangrove species. The number is very huge, and also there are many critically endangered and endangered species live in this forest, like the Royal Bengal tiger. Only one habitat for the Bengal tiger live in this forest, and also there are many iconic animals there, like Iraboti dolphin, the Iradi dolphin, also the Ganges dolphins, and other dolphins also, and also the masked fin food, also the Batagur baska, and others animals live in this forest. And this forest, not only the biodiversity hotspot, it's also the life and livelihood of the coastal peoples depends on this mangrove forest. Approximate 3.5 million people depends on this forest. The resources is available there, like the Sundarbans honey, Sundarbans nipa, and also the fish and crabs. Around the year, people's collecting the resources from the Sundarbans. But the peoples realize that the forest resources is enough. They always collecting the resources and also using the different kind of unsustainable and also the unsustainable practice, like using poison for fishing, and also using the different kind of small size nets, and sometimes they destroy the other biodiversity. But the peoples need to realize the forest is very important for their life, because the next generation depends on this forest. So we need to conserve this forest. We need to save, we need to protect this forest. Basically, it's true. The people's and that means the life, people's life, human lives, and the nature is not only the conflict issues is not only in Bangladesh. It's a long ago the people's always conflict with the wildlife. So we realized from a point of view, I feel that we need to create the harmony between human and the nature through improving the livelihood of the coastal peoples, as well as we need to educate them. So this is the way that we need to improve the livelihood using the sustainable use of their natural resources, because they are collecting the resources, but they don't know how to utilize it for getting more benefit. So we need to develop the skill of the coastal peoples. Then they can collect the resources and they can get more. But if we don't fail to increase the earning from these resources, they are always over harvesting. So this is the way that we think. Basically, first focus. We focus on the education. So educate the coastal peoples, not only the coastal peoples, but also in Bangladeshi peoples, educate the mangrove ecosystem. So we develop different kind of education materials. We focus not only the book or other things, we also focus the game. Basically, we need to educate our next generation. So we are educating them through through using our developed materials, few kind of games and booklet and different tools. And now we are using these materials and educating the 82 schools all over in Bangladesh and 32 districts. And also we focus the Sundarbans surrounding people's focused on the education. We educate them natural resource management. We educate them the importance of the biodiversity, importance of the mangroves, and we also focus the livelihood matter. So they have the honey, like that. They have the honey. They are collecting the honey, but they sell it to the middleman, that means the businessman. But they don't get the benefit. So we are trying to promote their business, their own business. So at this moment, we developed a brand. It's Mowal brand. Mowal means the honey collectors, local name the Mowal. So Mowal brand. Now they are selling their honey in the all over in Bangladesh, also in the Dhaka, from the Dhaka International Airport. So now their honey is famous day by day. And also before they get only 200, 300 taka per kilo honey. Now they are selling their honey like 1,800 taka per kilo. So their income also increased, and they realize that we need to conserve the forest. So we are educating them why we need to conserve the forest. If they keep the forest, then their earning, their livelihood will be sustained, and the forest will be sustained. And we are also focused on the ecotourism. This area also the famous for the tourism. Around the year, the peoples also visit the forest. But basically, this tourism activities conducted by the tourist companies, but they don't involve the local people. So we are trying to involve the local people with the tourism activities. Now we are developing their skill. Now we are developing their skill on how to conduct the tourism activities, as well as we are trying to support them the infrastructure development activities. And also we also conduct others activities, also the electricity, as well as the drinking water. There are other social problems. We are trying to solve their other social problems also. Then the local peoples may involve with conservation activities more. Basically, in that area, we installed the solar station. We supported the students, families for different kind of solar system. So now we enlightened 17 villages in the Sundarbans area by the solar energy. So people are very happy, and their darkness are now removing. And they are now conducting few of the business using the solar energy. As a drinking water, also is a big problem for them. So we are trying to solve this problem through using the local technology, use the solar system, and also preserve the rainwater, because the groundwater is not good for them for drinking, because the groundwater also salty. There are only one way that they can drink the rainwater. So we preserve the rainwater in the pond, and also filter using the local gravels like stone, coal, and sand. So we call the solar PSF system. So this is kind of way that we can solve their social problems, and also the regional problems. Then they can involve with conservation activities. This is our thing, and we did this kind of activities. So basically, the local people is very important with conservation activities, because the other people from the abroad or from the long distance, they cannot conserve the forest. They can provide few of the suggestions, they can provide the guide, they can provide the few of the tools. So we need to involve the local people, because they are the key stakeholders of these people. But we feel that the local people at this moment not too much interested with conservation activities. They are always focused on their daily life, their livelihood matter, because every day they are passing, every day they are challenging for their life, because they are thinking only that day. That means only the one day they are thinking how they can survive. They don't think the future. Basically, they are poor community. So we need to, this is a big challenge now we are facing, as well as also the policy is also one kind of another issue. So we need to develop the different kind of policy in how we can involve the local peoples, as well as we need to involve the multi-stakeholders with these forest conservation activities, not only the local people, but also the government organization, NGOs, companies. So we need to develop the partnership with others also. Our thinking that how we can make a sustainable business, like the small resources, they can get more benefit. So from this business, we can reduce the overharvesting, and we can reduce the unsustainable practice. So this is our thinking, that we can solve this problem. So more people can get more benefit from the small few resources. This is important that nobody, that means the only one community, one stakeholders cannot change the society. So collaboration is very important, like the Sustainable Development Goal 17. So it's also important to involve the multi-stakeholders for any kind of development. So that's why we also feel that that the Sundarbans mangrove forest is linked with different things, like the basically the government of Bangladesh, that means the Department of Forest, is the key stakeholders for manage the forest. And we have the different kind of policy. And different companies also conducting their business, and local peoples, they are depending on resources. So we need to collaborate. We need to make a proper guideline or direction, future direction for rural development. We believe that this is the good opportunities for us for exploring our activities among the global communities. And this is a good chance that we are working in a very remote area in Bangladesh. So this is a good chance to introduce our situation, introduce our activities among the global community. So we believe this forum will connect or collaborate more for us, for our community involved with conservation activities as well as rural development.
Thank you very much, sir. That was Mohammad Maksudur Rahman, the founder of Bangladesh Development Environment and Development Society, speaking at the Eastern Himalayan Nature Economics Forum 2018.